Let's bring in our good man, Paul Figler. He is the founder, CEO of DubNetwork.ca, the Western Hockey League's best website. And Figgy joining us from Central Alberta today. How you doing, Paul?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself, Rob?
Oh, good. Good to see you, my friend. You're always smiling. That's what I love about you, Figgy. And listen, before we get to the announcement, you've got a few to make today. You are happier than a pig in slop on the weekend because the Rebels were playing and you were able to cover them and interview them and write about them. They didn't win, though. But how happy were you this weekend to have WHL hockey back in Alberta?
Oh, it was absolutely great to have hockey back, Rod. Been basically a whole year. And being able to get in and chat with the coach and some of the players and just talk about WHL hockey once again was amazing. I felt really, really great.
What did Brent Sutter have to say about his team giving up, what was it, a 4-1 lead to Medicine Hat, and they lost in overtime 5-4 on Friday, and then they got shellacked in the Hat on Saturday night? What did Brent have to say about that? I don't think he saw that coming.
No, the first game, he had a lot of praise for his team. They played a really good first 50 minutes of the game, and then things just fell apart. And I know in many cases when a team starts making a comeback, the momentum just doesn't stop. So, Medicine Hat came back. The overtime goal was a little iffy. Players kind of piled into the net, and then we saw the referees count it as a goal. The game in Medicine Hat, it was, honestly, it was about Bob Ridley and his 4,000th game, and that was just a great tribute. And it's amazing that the WHL is going to be offering an award to a member of the media every year for, Bob having done 4,000 games and 50 years in the WHL. It's just incredible. The game was kind of a lost cause, and especially for the Rebels, it was 7-2. Brent didn't really have a whole lot to say about that. The team just wasn't playing up to his expectations.
Well, I'll tell you, it's interesting how teams, when they have a theme night like that, how it's just going to be their night. You said it very well. It was Bob Ridley night, and the Tigers just weren't going to be denied. I've got more Dub questions for you, however. Let's get to it, because you've been teasing this for days. What's our big announcement here today with Dub Network, Paul?
DuPont Media has acquired WHL's leading media website, DubNetwork.
There you go.
Big news.
As I've said, it's the 3downnation.com of the Western Hockey League. It's the best website covering the WHL, and they're partnering here with the Rod Pedersen Show under the umbrella of DuPont Media. Put it on Moose. Put the camera on Moose, if you don't mind. Put you and Figgy on the screen together.
Yeah, sure.
You two talk about it.
No, it's great. I'm excited. Paul knows that I'm excited. You guys know how exciting this is, where we can all come together.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been connecting with everybody over at the Dub Network over the last number of weeks, connecting with everybody and meeting everybody, and we're excited. There's a lot of room and exciting things happening. I mean, the East Hub's going to start in our backyard. Paul's got the Central Division covered, and there's such a strong, talented group of writers throughout the Western Hockey League. The site's, really taken off under Paul's direction, and we're going to continue that. So really exciting.
Well, I'm excited to work with you, Paul. Have now for almost a year, that I've been writing for Dub Network, but now we're all officially on the same team, and I think it's fantastic. And I guess for the readers of DubNetwork.ca, you're into the millions. They're going to want to know if anything's going to change. What would be your answer to that?
Darren and I have had some discussions about that. It's going to be some slow changes in the coming months and weeks. I don't think you're going to see too much happening for a little while. Then Darren and I will continue talking and sorting things out, you too, Rod, and we will, continue to grow Dub Network in a variety of ways. I don't have anything concrete to say right now. It is going to be a slow process, but we are looking forward to working with the Rod Pedersen team and Darren's team and bringing Dub Network to the next level.
Yeah, well, I've been... Yeah, you had
well, what do they say? If it's not broke...
Don't fix it.
Right? So, we're going to continue doing everything that's been working so well.
That's the point. I've been reading Dub Network for years, and the guy that you're looking at, folks, Paul Figler, started the website. So it's an exciting day for all of us here. I love it. As the WHL fan that I am, it's my favorite league. Now, Figgy, well, you have a writer you wanted to announce. Can we announce that today, too? A new writer for the site?
Well, I don't think he was prepared for me to announce it. He was going to wait until his first article came out. But Jamie Neubauer has joined DubNetwork to cover the Moose Jaw Warriors.
The great Noogsy. They called him the Elliot Friedman of the SJHL. He's now joining DubNetwork.ca. So it is an exciting day. And so to the Dub News, those games that people are watching right now, they're like, I couldn't get on to watch. I tried Friday night. And then Saturday, I don't know what I was watching Twitch, so I was watching the Fan Control Football League. What is your take, Paul, on the streaming on the weekend of the Western Hockey League and where we're going with it here over the next few weeks?
So I found that the streaming service actually worked quite well. But I was also using a Google Chrome browser just to do something different than what I had heard everybody else was. There was a fair bit of people that were maybe making some complaints or had some issues with getting the app to work or the streaming service itself to work. There was also a bit of an issue with the glare in the in-rink stuff. So the WHL really went out of its way to give an announcement discussing that they had some kinks to work out. It is a new service. It is a new season. It's been a pandemic, and I think that the service itself is going to, do quite well as the weeks and months progress, and definitely in time for next year. I feel that the price that they offered for this season was fair and affordable, and hopefully they can work the kinks out in a timely fashion.
That's why I wanted to get that out there. And by the way, the comments coming in, Kent Ridley's watching in Nashville. He says, great news from Ridley Scouting. He says, also big congrats to Bob Ridley for 4,000 games. Let's also mention that he drove the bus, too, for a lot of those games. Jason and Red Deer, congrats. Paul Figler and the Dub Gang. And someone else has written, why not host the WHL games on YouTube, paid service? Well, this is what they decided to go with, and that's why I wanted to mention that, hey, it was the opening weekend. They'll get these bugs worked out. It's $60. Terry Carrier has written in. He said, I subscribed for the whole league today. It's a good price. Just come back. Greg Klevgard, a viewer, says, who are your top rookies in the Western Hockey League this year? Paul, have you, off the top of your head, could you name a few?
There's just so many young players coming into the league this year, and some of them were surprise announcements, and some were just kind of villains, I guess you would say. Yeah. And that's not to say anything bad about them. Honestly, I feel like I'm looking a little bit more forward to the crop of 15-year-olds that are going to get an opportunity to play this year. I know that the exceptional status was granted to Connor Bedard, but some of these other players will get an opportunity to play in the WHL this year, and we already talked about one with the Moose Jaw Warriors and Connor Bedard,
Braden Yeager, yeah.
Some of the other teams. Thank you. Yes, I really do believe that it's going to be an exciting time this year for WHL prospects to really make their mark, and also good on the teams and the league for allowing some of these teams to have a lot more young players this year, and use this 24-game season as a real development type of year.
I tell you what, I feel like Family Feud. Good answer. Good answer, Figgy. Good answer. Jeff Kibilis in Winnipeg says, huge news. Congrats, everyone. Go Dub. Dean Bear says, I didn't check out the WHL streaming service on the weekend, but will once the Eastern Division and the PA Raiders start up. And that is next week. And I see from Patrolman Pete in Winnipeg, congrats to everyone on the Dub Network deal. Pretty soon, every sports show I watch and sports website I read will be a DuPont Media product. Well, it was my idea. He just does all. I'm the idea guy. He's the details guy.
As long as we're both getting paid.
And I knew that it was a great. I knew that it was a great product in the Dub Network. And by the way, Figgy, I could talk about the WHL for days, as could you. But let me say this. The rookies are the rookies. I don't even interview rookies. Connor Bedard will make an exception. But somebody said, who are the big stars coming back to watch in the Western League? Peyton Krebs, Damon Hunt, Braden Schneider, Tristan Robbins. Let's not forget about the guys that aren't in those American Hockey League tier, like Nolan Meyer, the goalie in Saskatoon. There's some major stars that were... Adam Beckman just sent back from the Minnesota Wild to the Spokane Chiefs the other day. These are the kind of guys that you're going to want to watch, right?
Oh, absolutely. I have a couple of young guys here in Red Deer, Jaden Grube and Kyle Masters to keep an eye on. I also really like the Jackson Weeb. He's a Brent Sutter kind of guy. He will muck it up and, maybe get a few goals and some assists. And I'm just really looking forward to what the Red Deer Rebels themselves have to offer this year in a 5-team Central Division.
What's the schedule this week? I apologize, I haven't really looked at it for the Alberta Central Division. What games do they have this week, or do you know off the top of your head?
I'm pretty sure it's Red Deer and Calgary and Medicine Hat and Edmonton. And they'll play one game in each city for the weekend, and that's it. They're only doing weekend games this year here in the Central Division, so it'll be interesting to see how that all works out.
Sounds good. Well, WHL.ca has the schedule. DubNetwork.ca has all the coverage. Paul, I think you're the best. Thanks for finding the time for us today. Thanks for partnering with us, my friend. And we'll be in touch.
Thank you, guys. Really appreciate having me on. And real quick note, I just wanted to say happy birthday to my mom.
Perfect. Happy birthday. They say it's your birthday. Have a good day, Paul.
You're watching Rod Pedersen On Demand. For more of The Rod Pedersen Show, visit rodpedersen.com or follow Rod Pedersen on social media.